What's up, everyone? It is Thursday, November 19th, and welcome to Crash and Burn. I am Mike Santola, your host, and as always, welcome to the show. I have my usual panel. Oh, Glenn's back. I have my usual panel with me. Mr. Andy, how are you tonight?
I am hurting.
All right, I'm sure we'll talk about that. Erica, how are you tonight?
I am flannelrific tonight.
Flannelrific, all right. And Glenn and Leah, welcome back.
Hello.
We are accidentally flanneled as well.
You guys are. Cool. Well, last week's show was an entire week ago, and I forgot who was on last week's show. I'm drawing a blank.
William?
Bill.
Bill, yes. Bill Welling from Up Armored Knives. That was an awesome show as well. All kinds of comments and questions. Make sure you guys check out his stuff as well for any crazy knife making stuff. And tonight, if you guys want to get a hold of us and you're watching on the Google Plus, submit your questions and they'll pop up on my little window here and we can talk about them. Or an even better way to do it is for you to jump onto gunchannels.com/crashandburn and post in the little chat room there. We're monitoring it. It's a good way to ask questions and a good way to get a hold of us or if you have any questions for our guest tonight. Tonight's guest is Mike Seeklander. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Hey, man. Thank you.
I'm glad to have you on. So we'll get into the interview with Mike here shortly. We're going to get through a couple things here first. I wanted to thank our sponsors for November, X8 Tactical. Check out his Facebook page. He makes knives, makes some really, really cool stuff. He's local and a good friend of ours. Check out keybar.us and all the kinds of cool things you can get from Mike at Keybar. And once again, thank you to 1776 United. Check out their website for some cool apparel, hats, T-shirts, all kinds of cool stuff. They're a good group of guys as well, supporting the Second Amendment and everything we do, and they're great supporters of the show as well. So now that you found a news topic, Ari, since you were freaking out beforehand, why don't you tell us a little about your giant salmon?
Yeah. One question. You changed our intro music. What is it? I really liked it.
I don't know what it's called. It's called, I liked it too. It disappeared though. I'll let you know.
Okay, well, it had a good beat. But, so, the U.S. has cleared genetically modified salmon for human consumption. So this is, I don't know, scary, maybe? Thursday, they cleared the way for a type of genetically engineered Atlantic salmon to be farmed for human consumption. The first such approval for an animal whose DNA has been scientifically modified. Obviously, there's going to be some questions about this. I'm a little concerned. Activist groups have expressed concern that genetically modified foods may pose risks to the environment or public health. You know, what is that going to do? They say for the salmon that this salmon can grow to market size in half the time of conventional salmon, saving time and resources, which is great. But what does this do for us when we eat it? You know, is this going to do something to us, hurt us? Is this, you know, the same thing as beef or chicken being, you know, injected with whether it's hormones or other things? You know, is that going to affect us? So Kroger, though, the nation's largest grocery chain, not Wegmans, Kroger, has no intentions of sourcing or selling this genetically engineered salmon. So there are some grocery chains that are going to pick it up and others that are not. Trader Joe's and Whole Foods Market also confirmed that they do not intend to carry this product. But this is a big thing. So they're allowing this to happen. Most people, maybe some people don't know, I am a pescatarian, so I only traditionally eat fish, and not because of the reason that I'm sad about killing animals or anything like that, but my dad lives across the street from a chicken farmer, and I've seen some things that, yeah. So originally I went with fish because this kind of stuff wasn't happening with fish, and now I think I'm just going to eat anything that Dirty Dan kills.
It does taste really good.
It was very good. I had venison. I had actual red meat for the first time in 7 years.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. I pooped my brains out because my stomach's not used to it, but it was very tasty.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence. I know science is good with some things. I love the tomatoes that get huge and last forever. I don't want it to fuck up my food though.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand with population growing, we need things like this, and I understand the science behind it, but yeah, I don't want it to mess anything up.
Do you know how they make baby carrots?
Don't they just cut up bigger carrots?
Super wasteful.
No, I don't. How do they make carrots?
No, they take a big carrot and they put it in a chemical wash that shrinks it to a baby carrot. Have you ever looked at a baby carrot bag and you're like, geez, these are always really wet and moist, and how come they don't grow mold?
I love baby
Because they were chemically washed to be baby carrots.
That's what they do with boneless, like deli turkey meat. They melt the turkey meat in acid and then recook it.
Knowledge is power, but sometimes we don't need knowledge.
I hate to do this, guys, but since we're only like 1 minute in, it looks like nobody's able to even get on the show right now.
It should still record though.
Do you want to keep going, or do you want me to start it over?
It won't. Other shows have had the same problem since the upgrade.
Oh, it's the upgrade.
Plus upgrade?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
So can nobody on Gun Channel see what we're doing, or are they just behind?
No, live is not working, but iTunes and still good.
Okay.
We'll keep going.
Keep going.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Let's jump into drink of the week real quick. I finally opened the Basil Hayden's that I got for my birthday, and I must say it's delicious. What are you drinking tonight, Andy? You're not working.
No, my wife made some kind of strange martinis. They're got rum chata in it. Rum chata martinis.
It fits you perfectly.
After the
Don't get any in your sweet mustache.
Andy's always the one drinking the weird cloudy drinks.
Yeah. What are you guys drinking, Leah and Len?
Circus Boy.
Yeah.
Old standby.
I wear flannel and I only drink tip beers.
I'm a hipster.
Anniversary barley wine.
Says the guy with a martini glass full of rum chata.
Erica, what do you got tonight?
You made me a very nice mojito. So, enjoying that.
Nice. All right, well, let's get started. Let's get right into this interview here. Mike, once again, welcome to the show, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
So basically, I read your bio here, and it's a little overwhelming. Tell me a little bit about sort of what you going on. I'm sure everybody knows at least a piece of your puzzle here, and I'm the same. I only knew a couple things, and when I read through it, learned a lot more about you. So, basically, bring us up to speed a little bit. What is your primary focus right now?
Well, my focus for the last 3 or 4 years has been just running my company called Shooting Performance, and prior to that, since December of 2001, literally, I've been a full-time either federal trainer or trainer running large training institutions or my own company since then. So I've been doing full-time training and training development and curriculum development for a lot of years, since 2001 pretty much. I got hired by the Air Marshals in 2001, and it's like with my history, it's like I can't hold down a job. I've gone from place to place, but it's always theoretically to upgrade my position and to do something new and different. So, and parallel with that, I've been competing and I've got a few books out and some DVDs supporting some of the training programs that I teach. So it's kind of like a little bit of mix to everything, man. I'm also on a TV show called The Best Defense on the Outdoor Channel.
Very cool.
And on Shooting Gallery, which is on the same channel, and I've been doing that.
I know Mike pretty well, and obviously I'm very good friends with Rob Pincus, so I know as of that. And I saw that there's a pretty cool sort of dichotomy between the defensive shooting world and the competition world, and I see that you kind of bridge that gap as well. And I think it's a very hard gap to bridge because and Andy can kind of back me up on this because in my line of work, as far as I've done videos for Rob on Personal Defense Network, but I build AR rifles, so we get half of the stuff we build is for competitors and half the stuff we build is for personal defense. It seems like they can't see eye to eye. And what's your take on that? Being that you're from both, really you're towing both lines right now. What's your take on the guys that are saying, well, that if you're doing it that way, that's wrong. But then you got the guys on the competition side. Well, this is efficient and this is fast. It should work in a defensive situation as well.
Yeah. I think the best way to look at it, and I really have towed both lines parallel pretty much my entire career. I mean, even since I was a local police officer in Tennessee, I was at the same time competing and working my way up to the national level. But one of the things about those two arenas is where they're similar, they're very similar. There's some very concrete similarities, but where they're different, they're very different. And
yes.
One of the problems that people have is that when they're comparing the defensive and competitive arena, they're focusing on using competitions as a specific training tool. Well, they're not. They're a practice tool for whatever skills you might have developed. As long as you have the ability to separate those two things and the things that are actually different, there's a lot to be gained. And I will tell you this. I have defensive students and I have competitive students. I train both type of people, and I obviously want both of them to win in whatever environment they're working in, whether they're competing, or defending themselves, or whatever. But I would still tell you that I think that people that are interested in defending themselves in the defensive arena that are not competing are missing something. They will always be missing something. It's a way to evolve, to push that evolution of your own personal skills.
Yeah, and I think to go along with that, a lot of the discussions I've had is certainly with Rob, and I'm sure you've had these same discussions with Rob because he's very vocal about it. His mentality of efficiency, I think, applies to the competitive world because efficiency is huge. Efficiency equals speed, essentially.
Sure.
So I think that's cool that you're able to toe that line there. And be able to provide, real-world experience to your students from both aspects. Now, are you're actively teaching under the shooting performance right now? Are you hosting classes, or you're actually teaching students?
Yeah, I teach students, man. I mean, that's probably 70% of what I do. I'm teaching on the road pretty much all the time. The other 30% would be the TV stuff on the best defense, and then the other time I'm spending writing books or doing DVDs or videos. I've got a new project that I'm working on right now. But yeah, I'm teaching almost all the time. That's pretty much all I do.
Very cool. Now, I saw some articles in Recoil, I think. Are you still writing for them?
Yeah, I'm writing for primarily Recoil. I mean, there's a bunch of opportunity out there, and I seem to get approached more than I can keep up with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. There are guys that are professional writers for these magazines that amaze me and how they can turn out articles. I'm not there. It takes me a little more time because every article that I write, I want to be something new and unique, and
sure.
And that's not always the case in some of the magazines. But yeah, I'm writing for Recoil. I wrote for, obviously, Rob's Deal PDN for a long time. I haven't been on there for a while. A couple other magazines here and there, Front Sight, some competitive level magazines, but yeah.
That's very cool. Well, tell me a little bit about when you were working for U.S. Shooting Academy. Now, that is the former Blackwater training facility, correct?
Well, the U.S. Shooting Academy here in Tulsa, Oklahoma has no association. I mean, it's similar to Blackwater. We were a competitor to Blackwater. So, we are, when I left the federal government to do full-time training in the civilian sector, I moved to Tulsa to run USSA, the U.S. Shooting Academy. And the USSA was a project started by a guy here in Tulsa, and his dream was to basically make it the Disneyland of the shooting world. And he accomplished a good portion of that, and then we had issues along the way with the market and some things that he wasn't doing properly. But yeah, man, I moved out of the government into the civilian sector to run that company, and then left them about 4 years ago.
That's cool. I actually had some friends from Progressive Force, an older gentleman there that worked for training in the U.S. Marshals, the Air Marshal there, and a lot of his stories were very, very cool. Can you comment at all on what it was like to be? Now, you never worked as an Air Marshal, right? You were training them, I'm assuming, in firearms and defensive tactics?
Yeah, no, I did both actually. I was a credentialed flying Air Marshal. I flew lots of missions. So when I got hired as a civilian instructor, and then because I was the only one in the civilian instructor cadre that was young enough to go through the academy, I did. And all the guys were like, "You need to go be a flying Air Marshal." So I did, and I went out and flew missions for about 6 months, and then they pulled me back into training, and then I went back out to fly, and I came back to training full time to help them revamp the program. But at the same time, all of the trainers that were credentialed or badged, we all flew monthly missions. So we flew a mission or two a month, and it was just so.
Now, are those mostly domestic, or were they international as well?
Yeah, they limited us to domestic only, but the guys are flying both domestic and international. I haven't talked to anybody really recently, but I know they're doing a lot different flight routes than what we were doing back then.
Sure. Now, I'm looking at your information here. I don't know if I saw. When did you actually? Was that was post 9/11 that you got into the Air Marshal arena?
Yeah, literally right after 9/11. I got hired in December of 01. So, yeah, September happened, and I ended up in a course with a guy named Jerry Barnhart. For anybody that shoots or has been around for a while would know the name Jerry Barnhart. It used to be called the Burner. He was one of the best competitive shooters ever, and I went up to his place to take a course for a week right after 9/11. This is probably October, and he said, "Hey, these guys are hiring instructors. You should call them." And I did, and I got hired right away. But I moved up there literally December 29th of 2001, so it was right after everything went crazy.
Now, how was that? Like, you must have saw the entire air security field change before your eyes.
Literally every day was something new. When I got up there, it was the weirdest environment you could imagine. First of all, I was the youngest cadre instructor among a group of all retired special operations, law enforcement, and military guys. So I was the youngest dude. But, on our first range day, we went out and shot some drills, and I just completely smoked everybody. And they're like, "Well, man, you need to be running the firearms." So by way of my ability, I was handed the firearms division to run in the training arena, which is completely strange. And then but literally, we would have congressional staffers from Bush and all these different high-level public authorities. We had guys every day coming up, and we would do a steel demo and then an airplane tactics demo for them and stuff like that. And it was a crazy time, man. It was wild. The people I was working with, a lot of the retired special operations guys, the contractors. It was just unique. I mean, we really thought that the next 9/11 was around the corner. And that's how we train the guys and gals on airplanes.
I got a question on gun channels now. For the Air Marshals, do you guys primarily carry a frangible ammunition?
No, that's that's one of the things that people commonly think, but it's completely untrue. First of all airplanes leak, so there are no handgun ammunition rounds that you can carry that wouldn't punch a hole through the side of an airplane. So we shot standard 357 SIG, 65 grain gold dot ammunition. So there's no frangible, no safe ammo. If you shoot a hole in the airplane, it just leaks a little bit more. It's no big deal.
Yeah. Now, is that to take a little side point here, is that dictated by FBI's standards? For instance, are you guys gonna, or well, not you guys, but do you know if the Air Marshals are going to be moving to 9mm like the rest of the government agencies seem to be?
I hope they do. I will tell you, when I got there, the reason we were told we were shooting 357 SIGs was because the Delaware State Police had a very good association with the FAM service. And the original 33 guys and a couple of their trainers used to train with the Delaware State Police, and that was the sidearm. They carried a SIG in 357 SIG, so they just kind of by default decided to select the same weapon system. There may have been some more history on that. Now, will they change in that moment? I don't know. I would recommend it if they were asking me, but I have no idea.
Yeah, without getting too much off topic, I had bought a Glock 32 and 357 SIG, and I just wasn't sold on it. You know, it's like it's tough. And now when we get a lot of people, Andy and I teach local defensive pistol stuff, and we get a lot of people asking. And my go-to is pretty much 9mm, and it's really hard to put it into words why. You just kind of know. But you know, now that you've been writing a lot, do you find that as like a barrier sometimes? You're like, the knowledge is up here, but I got to actually convey it out to somebody who's going to understand it and not think that I'm just babbling on, you know?
Yeah, it's difficult, and you know, the key there is if they have a truly pre-formatted opinion on something that they're set, you're probably not going to convince them unless you can show them the facts. So that's one of the great things about when I teach, whether it's defensive or competitive. I love competitive classes because there's no context. I don't have to argue about this Navy SEAL tactic or this Army Ranger did this or this so-and-so or how to kill a human. It's basically speed and accuracy. So when I'm teaching a competition course, it's, hey, can I teach you how to do it more accurately and faster? And it becomes a win-win. And if I have to demonstrate it up and against a student, it becomes a very easy thing to sell. So I understand what you're saying there.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about Top Shot. How was being on Top Shot?
Top Shot was probably the greatest yet obviously most humbling thing I've ever gone through. You know, a lot of people, and I have these students all the time. I'll go to a class, and a student will be like, "Man, you know, Mike, can we ask you about Top Shot?" And they'll be whispering, and you'll be like, "What are you whispering about? What tells?" Because they think that the fact that, you know, I got my ass kicked off was some huge deal. But you got to remember, when this whole Top Shot thing came about, it wasn't like the multiple seasons afterwards where everybody else got an idea of, hey, this is what Top Shot is. When they recruited us, we had no idea what it was going to be like. And when we got there, obviously the production staff and everybody there had no idea what they were doing with guns. So, but it was great, man. It was weird. I mean, like, this room would be canvas with cameras. There were cameras in the bathroom. You know, when you're in front of a camera, which I am now for a living, you get used to it. But like when you're sitting there eating a bowl of cereal by yourself in the morning, and there's just a camera hovering, and what you can't see it when you're watching TV is there's a camera and a microphone right here, right? You know, it's just a weird deal. But it was a fun experience.
Your season had a bunch of my some of my colleagues now, like Peter Palma and JJ and Ian. All good friends of mine. That's interesting. I didn't realize that was all the same. Erica actually met Kelly one year at SHOT. Remember that?
Yeah, Kelly.
And yeah, so that was a good time, and that's cool. I'm glad to hear that, you know, sort of the behind the scenes is true. A lot of us assume that and everything. So, what's kind of new and upcoming for you? Are you traveling a lot, for, you know, as far as like for instance, would I host a class here and have you come and teach students here?
Yeah, man, you could host. I go anywhere that people will host me. I'm really, you know, thankful and fortunate that my 2016, although it's not, my schedule's not built, it's almost full. So if you wanted to host me in 2016, wide open, please let me know and I'll plug you in somewhere. But that's pretty much next year. I am trying to break it a little bit different mold with a project called the American Warrior Society, and for lack of a better word, it's a membership content-oriented entity where I hope to get more people involved in taking responsibility for their own survival. You know, and it came from the history of the last 2 or 3 years. You see all this craziness going on, from random civilian shootings to terrorist attack, and in my personal belief, we're going to see a lot more of that. It's coming.
Yeah.
And man, I mean, how many people bought AR systems after Obama, and they're still in their box in their closet? You know what I'm saying? Hundreds of thousands.
It nearly put us out of business that we did so much in that first, right after that. And I'm honestly scared we're going to see it again in the next few months.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Yeah. So anyways,
I think, sorry not to interrupt you, but just to kind of jump back to that topic, you're absolutely right because, and that's not just ARs, it's handguns, it's everything. How many people bought guns and really aren't out there learning how to use them?
Literally, I mean, it's crazy the amount of people, and more importantly, they get a concealed carry permit and they do nothing beyond that. I mean, that would be equal to us assuming that our 17-year-old kid that gets a driver's license has any clue how to drive. They don't. They wreck the car in the first year 9 times out of 10. So what do people expect when they pull a defensive firearm out in a fight in a Walmart parking lot when they're hit or punched in the face or cut or whatever else? It's sad, but anyways, I'm trying to develop something that will motivate people to take more responsibility.
That's good. Let us know whatever we can do to support that and promote it for you. We're the whole, to give you a little premise of why we do this show. It's not just to, other than to get information out there, but my whole idea behind the show was to collaborate with, my colleagues and friends of friends in this industry in order to really get more information out there. There's a lot of the Facebook memes and stuff now of people trying to promote the Second Amendment, but there needs to be more of this. There needs to be more of good information. There needs to be like our group of people getting together at SHOT Show and figuring out how do we convey this information properly to the person who is afraid of guns.
Right.
Because our biggest supporter is going to be that 40 or 50-year-old mom who you just took out the first time shooting and converted them. And I'll use my mom as an example. I took her shooting at 60, and that was her first time shooting ever, and now like mind flip for her. And for her to be able to go take a class with you or Rob or some of these trainers, I think we just need more of that free information out there.
Sure, I agree, man. Yeah, I totally agree. I just had actually an older lady in one of my classes recently, and she was it was a class on the West Coast, and when she talked about her introduction, she was because she was predominantly or completely not just didn't know about guns, but anti-gun liberal, and one day she woke up, and I said, well, what was your awakening? And it wasn't like something weird. It was just she's like, I realized that I was the only one responsible for my safety, and in doing that, I realized I needed to do some tools. And if you want to learn how to cook, you got to learn about cooking. If you want to learn how to build a website, you got to learn about programming. If you want to learn how to defend yourself, then you got to look at the tools that you might need to use.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and that's cool that you're seeing students like that as well. I think we're up in New York, so we're fighting a fight anyways. So people are scared to come out, and I think the more we can at least offer free seminars or free information, the better. So I absolutely will take you up on putting you in the 2016 schedule to get you up here because cool. The more more well known or the more public figures we can get in the area, the better, I think.
Awesome, man. That sounds great.
Well, before we plug the rest of your stuff and kind of let you go, if you want, tell me a little bit about what do you do outside of this? It says you are into martial arts and everything. You got a family. What kind of stuff do you do?
Yeah, I do, man. Actually, brand new family. Just got remarried August 1st, so family and 4 kids, and we're actually getting ready to head out west, where my family's from, and spend some time in the mountains. So it's funny. I had someone ask me the other day, Mike, what do you do for fun? And I had a very difficult time answering that because, I love guns. I went shooting today. I went just shooting on my own. I had no specific reason. I still love to do that, but I do it so much. It's hard for me to label that as fun. But fun for me is probably something outside of shooting. Not that it's not fun, but hiking, camping, something in the mountains. I'm from out west in Wyoming. I absolutely love it out there. I do some kayaking. I got into that last year because I had some hip immobility issues. I did get out and kayaking every once in a while. I do have a motorcycle, a dirt bike. I don't ride a lot, but if I get on it, that's kind of a nice free time. But really, man, if I'm not traveling, I'm here at home with the family, in the house, doing those kind of things if I can, because I'm always gone. It seems like.
That's cool. Well, we'll definitely have to get together for a drink or something in Vegas.
Yeah, man,
going to be on a SHOT Show.
Yeah.
Are you going to be at any booths or anything at SHOT Show where I can kind of direct people who are heading out that way?
Yeah, I'm more than likely. Most of the time, I'll be at the Arms Score Rock Island Armory booth, and from there, I'll just be kind of mobile. I'm actually sponsored by Wilson Combat as well, but they I don't believe we'll have a booth at the SHOT Show. So I'll be at Arms Score most of the time, and then mobile from there. So.
Well, plug for your guys there. I absolutely love my Rock Island 10mm 1911.
Yeah, they're great little guns, man. I when I signed a contract with them to shoot for Arms Score, just the contract was the ammunition.
Yeah.
And I had the opportunity to shoot some of their 1911s, and Martin said, "Hey, Mike, will you shoot my guns? If you want them, I'll give them to you, and you can shoot them." And I cut a couple of guns, little compact 9mm and stuff like that, and they ran and ran and ran and ran, and they're great. They were great guns when I used them.
Yeah, I think you know, from a retail standpoint too, they're a great gun for the money.
They're awesome. Yeah, great.
Well, that's cool. Andy, you got any questions for Mike? Well, if you want to pop in and ask him a couple of things.
I subscribe to your email. I get some great, and I feel the passion when I don't know what it might have been 6 months ago. You got pissed.
Yeah.
We're not doing this training. I mean, we're giving it's free. Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
I love the passion there.
Are you talking like when I basically nuked half my email list and send out if you don't open this?
It was awesome though. I love it.
Man, I got initially I got some heat from that. I got some people, I can't believe you're telling me to unsubscribe. Man, but I stood strong on that one. I'm like, yeah, if you're not going to open the email and do something, unsubscribe. I don't want to pay to send you an email if you're not going to do shit.
Yeah.
And but I tell you, for the 8 or 9 people, no, I probably had 5 ranters that wrote me nasty emails or sent me messages. I had 30 or 40 people that reached out and said, that was awesome. And not just to say because they thought it was cool, but they're like, man, you motivated me to get off my ass and go to the range and shoot and train. I'm like, that's exactly what I meant to do. That's what I wanted. So
it worked. I liked it. Keep it up.
Thanks.
That's cool. Well, where can we direct people with questions? Should we direct them to the Shooting Performance website, shooting-performance.com?
Yeah, man. The central source, shooting-performance.com, and you can find me on everywhere, Instagram, Twitter, as well as Facebook, under my name. Now, my personal name account on Facebook, I've got, I'm over the friend limit, but shooting-performance is my Facebook. You know, I'm not under some weird handle. I'm just as myself everywhere. So but the central probably point is my website. It's a place to go for now. So
cool. Well, make sure you guys check that out and find Mike on Instagram. And I'm glad I made it in under the Facebook friend limit so that we can remain friends.
Yeah, man.
Well, that's cool. Well, you know, anytime you want us to promote some stuff, just get a hold of us. And like I said, visit Mike and like everything, and you're welcome to sit on the show, or if you want to bounce, you can do that. We kind of just ramble on for the rest of the show, and you know, I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, hey, thanks, man. I listened to 3 or 4 episodes when you reached out to me, and I like the show. I like the format you guys do. I may reach out to you for some tips on improving some of the stuff I'm doing on that end, and I probably will bounce because my pretty wife is in there watching TV without me. So. Well,
you have a good night then, and we will catch up with you at SHOT Show. We're gonna be broadcasting live at SHOT, so we'll try and catch up with you then as well.
I'm in, man. Just let me know when and where.
All right, sounds good, Mike. Then I really appreciate it, and have a good night.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Mike. Take care.
Bye.
Right,
that was good, Mike.
All right, now we can talk crap about me. I'm kidding.
Hell no.
No, that was good. He seems like a great dude, and you know, I got to be honest. Hopefully he's not listening still, but I was nervous. You know, it's like almost starstruck because I think Mike is a good dude and he's doing a lot of great stuff in the industry.
He's a little different. He's serious, but serious is good.
He is. His answer to our questionnaire seemed way more serious than the type of guy that I read. It seems like he's a kind of a down to earth kind of dude.
Maybe he's not serious. Maybe more passionate.
Oh,
is a better word to describe?
For sure.
Oh, he's definitely passionate.
I like that though. I thought that was a great. I actually paid attention. I learned a lot of stuff.
All right, that's the show. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Woo!
Right.
No, wait. No, stay on. Stay.
Right.
Yeah, Andy's a liar.
Yeah, no, Andy, stay on the show. We got a lot of funny stuff to talk about. Kinda. All right, Andy, did you know Charlie Sheen has HIV?
Yes, I knew that 3.5 years ago.
You did
Did
not.
you really?
No, I didn't.
All the firefighters knew it.
Oh,
Is
Glenn's
that-
back. Hi, Glenn.
Yeah, I'm back.
Glenn, put your lower third up.
I
Um,
tried.
that'll
It's not-
Oh, hey guys. Wait,
oh.
Glenn,
The new,
before
the
you
new
talk,
Google update has messed with Apple.
Glenn, shh,
Yes.
before you talk. All right, so if Glenn is Tom Selleck, I guess I'll have to be Wiggins, and Andy will be the black guy.
Did you notice everybody on that show had an amazing mustache?
Absolutely, everybody in that show had it.
Everybody but the bad guys.
Yeah. Well,
Wiggins.
even if Glenn is Tom Selleck, I'm still driving the Ferrari. So too bad, Glenn. You can't even fit in the Ferrari.
No, you're holding the Doberman, Mike.
Yes.
Wait, I want the Doberman. I'll grow a mustache for a Doberman.
Do it.
Please don't grow a mustache, Leah. You will ruin Emma Stone for me for life. Anyways, I guess nobody really cares about Charlie Sheen, right? So
Is
that why he
surprised?
went nuts and drank tiger blood or whatever?
I hear that's a cure for HIV.
That's a.
well, they're
apparently
saying
his,
I've heard two different stories. One, they're saying he went nuts after he found out, and one they're saying he got it because he went nuts.
I think he got it during that period.
You're
Just
probably
'cause
right. What I heard today, it was 1 point something million on hookers. Even if Glenn is
Oh my God.
Oh my
See, but
God.
if it were me,
Really?
like if I contracted something like that, I would go nuts. And what do I got to lose?
right.
I've got the HIV. I'm gonna go do some coke off some hooker's booty.
Can't
I
you
mean-
do that without having AIDS?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably. We're going to Vegas in about a month.
No,
so.
I'm not gonna chance that.
Hookers and
No,
blow.
if I
Hookers and
already
blow.
have it, then I'm like, whatever.
All right. What about pixie stick sugar off a hooker's butt?
Mm.
Stripper's butt.
The butt?
Whoa.
Stripper's
Pixie
butt.
stick
I don't-
sugar?
I don't want to go near the butt.
Okay, near the boob then. The nipple, off the nipple.
Can I wipe it down first?
Yes, with an alcohol swab.
With an alcohol-
Okay,
With an iodine swab.
then yes, yes.
Okay.
Then fine.
All right, we're holding her to that. Vegas, here we come.
You better bring your iodine swabs.
All right. I'll pack them.
Man,
Where are we?
That's why Mike wanted
Where
to leave.
are we? Where are we? Are we on Guns and Gear? Guns and Gear? Maybe?
Talk about Parasol.
Paris? We didn't talk about Paris. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I apparently I zoned after the original attack because there was more after. I think
Oh,
Glenn,
yeah.
you were telling me about it today.
Yeah, you missed the raid they did in the suburb.
My daughter is upset, very upset about that.
About the
About
dog?
The dog.
She
Yeah.
doesn't care about the 158 people. She's like, "Did you hear about the dog today?"
Did anybody catch what they called the dog?
No.
What the dog's official title in the French police was?
Magnum?
He is a French assault dog.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, like that's like his actual instead of just calling him like a police canine, they call them assault dogs.
Isn't it so
That's
joy?
great.
But yeah, he was a beautiful Belgian Shepherd.
And congratulations to the very first female suicide bomber. Yay!
Oh yes, round of applause to her.
Are they allowed to
Yeah.
I mean, I think all that what do you call it? Anti-woman shit is bullshit. So, you know,
No,
why
they make the
why
women do
can't
it to earn them.
women can suffrage all they want. We've got women's suffrage, so they can go through
Suffrage.
suicide bombing too.
And that wasn't the first ever. It was the first in Western Europe.
Yeah, in Western.
Because we had them in Iraq. There was
Yeah.
women suicide bombers.
Well, this woman definitely suffraged.
Yeah.
Does she get 72 male virgins?
72 dicks in her face.
That sounds way enjoyable.
like
Like 70, 15-year-old boys.
Oh,
That's
Hey,
enough.
we're not talking about Jared Fogle here.
Oh,
oh my gosh.
Speaking of Jared Fogle, he got sentenced to 15 years today.
and you ate a Subway
Good.
sandwich today.
I did have a Subway sandwich
You
in.
endorsed his 15
Subway.
years.
God.
Yeah, it's gross.
It wasn't that bad.
I like Subway.
Yeah.
No.
Leah should tell you
Okay.
about when she worked at a Subway.
GMO.
Zach
No,
is
I don't want
listening
to hear
to
it. Don't
the
ruin
show.
Subway for me. No.
Zach is listening to the show, and he says, Andy, you would be Tom. Glenn would be Wicked. I don't know, is that a person or are you just Wicked?
I think it's wicked.
Probably
Zach would be the black guy, and I'd be the guy with no stash in the fedora. Can I be like at least the Mexican gardener or something?
I loved Magnum PI. That was a great show.
Yeah,
You gotta
but don't go back and watch it now because it will ruin it for you.
No, I
was-
won't.
Is it awful?
Yeah, it was pretty. It is. Catching a
You know what
rerun.
other show was awesome that I also listened to the theme song for?
Simon and Simon.
Airwolf.
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 Quite possibly one of the best shows of my time.
Was it awesome though?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I bet if I went back and watched Airwolf, it would suck too.
You made us watch Flight of the Navigator because you
Oh,
remember
best
that as such an
movie
awesome.
ever.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It
wasn't. I had never seen it, so I was like, "Yeah, best movie. I'm ready to go." No, it was sad.
We had a similar experience with Stormship Troopers. Is that what it's
Starship
called?
Troopers.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, first of all,
best movie
Starship
ever.
Troopers is still amazing.
Yeah.
It's
Especially
great.
if you're a Marine.
Yes. Yeah, no, it is.
You know what
amazing.
Erica got? You know what Erica got to watch for the first time the other day? Wing Commander.
Oh, there's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Did I watch that?
Yeah, we were watching it. Remember, it had who's the dude from She's All That? The dude.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I don't even remember who that dude is. Who's the dude? Andy,
I don't
IMDb
know.
it.
Freddie, is that Freddie Prinze Jr.?
That's it. Yep. Yep, you got it.
Oh,
Freddie
yeah,
Field.
it was him.
Yep, he was in it. And then the dude from Hackers was also in it.
Yes, that was good. I did like that.
Yeah, I told you.
Yep.
Um,
I still don't like the
Yeah,
Planet
I agree with
Feelings,
Seth.
though. That's good.
I agree with Seth. DeBella subs way over Subway.
well, yeah, DeBella subs are good, but not
Oh,
only are they
absolutely.
more expensive, the bread itself has 1 billion times more calories.
But that's why it's good.
We got a question in Gun Channels from Tony. Thoughts on the suspension or allowage of refugees into the States? Go.
Oh, this is a tough one. Oh,
Okay, someone else go.
I feel for them. I feel for them because I see the pictures and I know how I would feel if I tried to leave and make a better life. And you see the poor kids coming over on rafts, and you honestly feel. I feel for them.
They're
but-
coming over in rafts.
I don't fucking know what they're coming over on. Okay,
They are going on
fucking
rafts to Greece.
Are they?
rafts
Yeah.
from Greece.
They're going to over. Yeah, not to hear
But-
them.
I want to protect my own children. And I'd rather concentrate on, instead of giving, and I'm sorry for saying this, instead of giving them refuge and home, why don't we concentrate on our own problems here? And maybe that sounds cold and heartless and I have a lot of motherly guilt over it, but that's how I feel.
Yeah, what they did was they suspended it, or they tried. They're trying to suspend it until they can get clarification on the vetting process. I mean, yeah, I don't think that they should just let people in. We have to vet them. I mean, really vet them. It's going to take a lot of man hours, a lot of money, a lot of time to really get the right people in. And
Let's
yes,
be honest. Glenn and I had a discussion today about how awful the firearms NICS check is right now.
Oh yeah,
So
That sucks.
how is any background check on that going to be good?
I doubt it. I didn't say it was going to be good. I said if they're going to do it, it has to be good.
How are you going to do it though? Are you going to call up their friends and neighbors back home in Raqqa?
Yes.
You need to write down 3 character references that you've known for at least 3 years.
They have to be
in
residents of your county, can't be law enforcement.
Can't be law enforcement and must be in your hut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other question is, how are we supporting them when they get here? I mean, is this more of our tax money going into this?
Yes.
Yes.
It's all tax money. I mean, they're not bringing anything.
So,
Which, I get why, but,
here's where I'm at on it. Yes, ISIS and all those other people are going to try to get in the wave. That's something we obviously need to vet them for and try to catch them, but we also can't just say no to these people.
Why?
Why?
Because we're America.
Because
we are
part of the reason that they have to run. Because this country didn't do anything 4 years ago. Because this country lost its spine and let the Middle East fall apart.
So let's step our foot in there some more so we can be politically effing correct and make it all right, and then you're going to put your relatives, your family at risk? You're willing to do that right now. You're willing to be like, you know what? Hey, Leah, head to work, and sorry, because we're getting some here.
I need a maid, so I will sponsor one. I'm doing my part. I'll do my part. Nice.
What about mail a bride? Can we get some brides out of this?
Probably. No, we need to screen them as best we can, but just to say, and what I understand, most of these governors are saying we need to screen them, and you haven't explained how you're screening them. Explain, and we'll turn them back.
Now, Erica brought up a good point. A lot of these are trying to come over legitimately versus maybe the illegal aliens, number one. Number two, the biggest point Erica also brought up to me earlier today was how are they getting here? Who's paying for the refugees to get here?
Oh,
we barely have money, and we're not supporting our veterans that are here.
Yeah, it's all State Department money.
I mean, it really does suck because the percentage of assholes is so low. I'm sure it's so low that there are billions of refugees right now. You saw the video that I posted up a few weeks ago of the drone flying over the cities in Syria. I mean, it's just gone. The whole city's just gone.
It's total devastation.
And these people want to be in America. They love what we are. They want to be us, except for that very, 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 very few of them. And it really.
I don't even think Google Maps has Street View of Syria.
That's how you know your country's fallen. You've been taken off the street view.
They do have Street View. It's the old streets, though. I can't wait for the new Street View.
Is anybody else taking refugees? Any other countries besides us?
Well, Paris. Greece.
Germany just took like 40.
Holland. They say Holland in 5 years is going to be a third world country because of this.
What about Canada?
Yeah.
Canada said they were, but I didn't hear any numbers.
Yeah.
You don't hear much about what Canada's doing, anything like, world politics wise.
Because they have a new prime minister, and he's like from GQ, I think.
They just elected him because the Canadians are pissed that they weren't being noticed.
Yeah, he's going to legalize pot.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. We just stop our pissing match with Russia and fix Syria so they don't have to leave.
That's my other question. What's, not to be like a conspiracy theorist or anything, has anybody looked at like what he's doing and moving troops into there? I mean, they're very good at saying one thing because they want to support the government, right? That they're saying that they want to support the government, not the rebels, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So Russia's whole deal is they have a naval base in Syria. It's their only access to the Mediterranean.
So are they just trying to put troops in there so then they can take it over?
No.
Are you sure?
Well, maybe. I don't think Russia wants to take it over.
Why wouldn't they?
Well, I think what Russia wants is the U.S. and Europe has decided that al-Assad has to go, the president of Syria. I think Russia wants to say
the chancellor.
Yeah, I think what Russia's doing is calling our bluff. He doesn't care about Syria, Putin. What he's seeing is if he says I'm behind al-Assad, he wants to see how far the West will go to get rid of him. Basically, he's seeing how far the U.S. will go up against Russia. He's testing us,
Right.
and we're
Yeah,
losing.
it's a little concerning.
It's definitely makes you think for sure.
And then what happens if China gets involved?
China is happy to sit in the back and just make the ammunition for all of us. Because that's what they've been doing for Syria and Iraq. All that ammunition that was shot at me in Iraq was made in China.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. We'd find ammunition caches. I was there in 2008. We'd find ammunition head stamped 2007 from Chinese factories.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hello.
Yeah. No, Putin and Russia don't care about Syria at all, even a little bit. What they're using Syria is to test the West resolve, and the West.
I think it's a power struggle right there is what he's going for. You know.
He's seeing how far we'll go, and we're chicken shitting out.
Now, do you think that's our commander-in-chief's issue, or?
I think it's that, and a combination of that and the fact that American people are tired of war because we got stuck in Iraq and Afghanistan for 15 years.
When we shouldn't have been.
We're over it, and we don't want to do it anymore, and it's not politically correct, and all these really.
Yeah. It's.
Well, that's depressing.
Oh, it's super depressing.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we go into guns and gear, I just posted on the Crash and Burn Facebook page a picture of a goat.
What?
Was it a good goat?
So go ahead and like, share, and comment something funny. It better be funny, you guys that are listening. I will decide if it's funny. And we're going to give away a bottle of Snake Oil Prime. Make sure you like Snake Oil Prime on the Facebooks. And a shirt and stickers from Da Vinci Arms. Also, make sure you like his Facebook page, because he's got a mere 37 people. Let's get him up to 100. And let's get Snake Oil up to 200. Yeah, it all blows, but numbers are everything. So at least, and Joe's a big listener of the show, and Joe told me today he's sending me a suppressor, which is awesome. And Joe showed me his boobies, and I like them too.
He was
much
more excited about the boobies than the suppressor.
Absolutely. So share this goat for no reason. And I'm going to share it into the Crash and Burn. If you're not part of the Crash and Burn group on Facebook, you need to join that. I'll post a link on there because at least it notifies you, because the Facebook pages never notify you. So the group is nice because we kind of talk about stuff, and it's just easier for us to post about show stuff. Plus we have a sweet rainbow flag as our picture, because Andy has a mustache. So yeah, Andy, what do you got for guns and gear tonight?
I want to know why Leah's sending me to the musical band Snake Oil.
Because there's a metal band called Snake Oil.
Don't go to Snake Oil. I just like them by accident. I like this band. They look like.
Shit.
They don't look amazing. All right. Well, what do I have? Murph, if you're listening, and I know you are, Murph.
He is. He's on gun channels.
A couple people have asked me about ankle-wearing EMS kit kind of stuff. I know Murph, he said he does wear one. I'm not sure which one he did. But I picked up the Rain security ankle wallet thing from the Amazon. I wanted to see how cheap I could get it. This one is $12. It's got two separate Velcro straps. It's got a Velcro pouch. It can hold, I have right in here, a chest seal, nasal airway, quick clot, tourniquet. It's okay for the money. I think it's really good. It's a good value for $12.70 free shipping with Prime. The straps are a little large on me, a little small on some people. For the value, it's great. I mean, some of them are $40, $60, $80 that I've seen. And a lot of them have the continuous one strap around. This has two straps. Glenn, you tried it on. How did you like it?
The bottom strap was a good size, but the top strap was a little big for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could see myself wearing it daily, though. Like, I could see myself wearing it like at the range or something, like or in a situation where I thought I might need it more. But I don't think I could wear it daily. I don't know. It's kind of fell into the same category as an ankle gun for me.
Ankle gun, you got to actually practice drawing, so it can be tough.
Yeah, I've had this on for about a week now. You kind of forget about it after a while. Kind of like if you wear a pocket holster. After an hour or so, I think you actually forget that you have it in your pocket because you just don't notice it. Same thing. I don't notice it after a while.
So it wasn't like catching on stuff or.
No, not at all.
Just the way. Okay. It felt awkward when I put it on for just the 5-10 minutes I had it on.
It's kind of like a push-up bra. You don't notice it after a while, but when you put it on, it's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. When have you ever worn a push-up bra that
Excuse
you stopped
me.
noticing after a while?
I was never a little girl, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no. I mean, I tried a bra on once, but.
I mean, we've all tried one on.
Yeah, I don't know I don't remember how much padding it had.
I didn't wear it long enough to forget I had it on.
That's true.
Do you guys carry any medical things with you anywhere else? I know, Mike, you have one on your range belt.
I do have my range belt, but I need to talk with you about figuring out a plan to, I guess, EDC it. You know what I mean? Because
you don't carry a backpack much around, right?
I don't. That's my problem, and I probably should keep one at least in the car, which is at least a good step. Lately, actually, and I'll do. Can I jump in with my guns and gear real quick? I guess it's this 511 flashlight, and I grabbed it at the shop because I saw it was sitting in a coffee cup by itself, and I thought it was lonely. So I took it. I didn't want it to sit there by itself anymore. So it's a little 511 ATAC PLX. It's like the size of a pen, and I don't know what. I think it takes AA's or AAA's. I think AAA's.
That's a AAA.
Is it?
Yeah.
It seems pretty bright. We were using it around the shop for looking down the barrels and looking at stuff. So I stuck it in my pocket and my back pocket, like right next to my wallet, and I wanted to see if I could do it because I don't really EDC a flashlight at all because comfort was always an issue, and I've been doing it for like almost this whole week now with not even noticing it. So I think I'll continue to carry it, but like I said, Andy, I want to talk what are your thoughts? Should I have a tourniquet on me at all times, like in my jeans pocket?
Yes.
Because I know you and I have always talked about, if you carry a gun, you should have a tourniquet. If you can make holes, you should be able to plug holes.
I carry 3 of them. I'm kind of weird like that though. I always carry one for me. I have one in my backpack and one always, actually 2 in my backpack. So
you got one in your vehicle too, right?
Yeah, but my backpack's always in my vehicle. I take it in and out.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I always have 3.
Yeah,
and then I have my
something
range
in my
belt,
backpack.
and I have my range bag, so I have others in there too.
Yeah. I have a little kit that I carry in my backpack, and then I have one on my range belt, and then I actually have a big trauma bag that's got tons of stuff in it that I bring to the range and stuff like that too. But EDC has always been tough for me. And on Mike's flashlight note, I EDC'd a Surefire until it fell into a storm drain a couple weeks ago, and I haven't been able to find a replacement. It was the saddest moment of the past couple months.
4.7s has this really cool one coming out. Kind of expensive.
4.7s?
Yeah, 4.7s.
I almost ordered, Glenn and I, we were looking, I literally ordered like 7 different orders from RSR today. Like
yeah.
three from Amazon, and I depleted like 6 bank accounts today. It drove me nuts.
Great.
But they're out of stock. But I want to try one of those new Surefire XC ones. The pistol
Fancy.
flashlights for a Glock 43.
Okay.
All right, cool. Thanks.
You have to have a new holster, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. I won't do that.
There, I just saved you what, $300.
Were they really that much?
I think that's what you said.
Yeah, Surefire.
Well, screw that. I mean, all right. How about you, Glenn? What do you got? Guns and gear.
I have my super cool new Stanley lunchbox.
He's still hipster, dude.
It's guaranteed, 100% guaranteed to make you look like a 1950s coal miner.
Oh, that's awesome. I
Hey,
like that.
speaking of, I'm totally gonna interrupt. It's getting to be winter. When are we doing this lumberjack off?
We need snow on the ground so we can do it shirtless.
We're doing
Seriously, it was 64 today.
Yeah, I know.
shirtless lumberjack off in the snow. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, no shirts but
Stop
suspenders.
making your lunchbox talk to me. Just weirding me out.
It holds a thermos inside of it. So when you go down a coal mine, you can still have hot soup.
So you can keep your canary in it when it dies. You die.
But I'm super excited about this. I actually got this because at the new shop, I'm going to have to bring my lunch. Because we can't leave the shop because we're going to have hours.
He wants to build a shelf just for it.
Oh, I'm going to build a shelf just for it.
They painted it today.
They painted it today. Yes.
It looks nice. We'll have to check
So
it
now
out.
it's not that
Stop
terrible
it tomorrow.
peach color.
It was more like baby poop brown.
Yeah.
Like the color of
I
baby
like
poop would be
that,
after eating
sorry.
peaches.
I like darker colors in my rooms.
It wasn't darker. It was terrible.
We should have gotten wood wainscoting.
We could get floor to ceiling like veneer wood paneling.
Yep.
Oh God.
It could have
Did
been
you
like
guys see the picture of the goat?
the goat. No.
No. Okay.
I can never look at goats again.
Yeah.
Right.
Bob Cuts Custom Leather says another ISIS rescue job. Good job. That's funny. I see what he did there. Ari, you got anything for guns and gear? I did a flashlight. I actually did something tonight.
Nope.
No.
I got nothing. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You have your flannel.
I have my flannel, which I got from Leah. Is that tactical? Is that gear
It
like?
have to be tactical. Come on.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. We're not all tactical here.
Definitely not all tactical.
I don't know what to contribute. That's why I haven't done anything in a while. Like I don't, nothing that people can relate to that I use every day.
Speaking of completely irrelevant thoughts, we need to go back to that wine slushy place.
Yes.
Oh, in
Speaking
the
of
mall.
Yeah,
wine
can we do that?
slushies,
Can we do that this weekend?
we have a flyer for the Rochester Craft Beverage Trail.
Okay.
Can we ride horses on it?
Oh, I wish. But it's a bunch of breweries and distilleries
Well, we should go to them.
that we should rent a limo and get drunk and go to all of them at.
Actually, I think the place at the mall is on this list.
Probably. Isn't it three something?
Three Brothers Winery.
Three Brothers.
Yeah,
Mall.
can we do that?
Like Black Button is on there, Roarbox is on
Going to
there.
Black Button and Roarbox Saturday night.
Saturday night.
What are we doing? Roarbox?
Black Button and Roarbox Saturday night.
Who is?
I am.
Are you inviting the rest of us?
Sure. You can meet me there.
Are you going by yourself?
No, my fire department is going.
Oh.
You should come with us though. Just crash
What's
it.
what's Amy doing? I'll take Amy out.
She's coming with it.
Oh.
They let the wives go.
They do?
Yeah.
How big is your fire department?
8 by 10.
Erica, Murph needs suggestions for flannel.
I just told him to ask Leah
Okay. What else did I miss? You said there's a question I missed?
on Google's. Mike, I'm not going to
Oh my
say your name because I'm
God,
going to,
14 Googles thing.
yeah, because I'm going to butcher his last name.
Oh, Dropkick 9mm says, VF Gunrunners, I love your mom's box.
And then he said, thanks, my mom just recently passed away. So nice, Mike.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, Eric.
Oh, that's so
Maybe-
bad.
Maybe you should read things.
Nope, I read the wrong way. I read from oldest to newest instead of newest to oldest.
Rutkowski. That's how you say that.
Mike.
What is that? What is that?
Rutkowski.
Like
Rutkowski.
Mike Wazowski.
Right.
Kowski?
The guy with one eye, right?
What?
Yeah, the little green guy, Mike
Yeah.
Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
Okay. Flat. I'm gonna answer because Glenn has a mustache. Flat triggers versus curve triggers. I'm a flat trigger guy.
I'm a curve trigger
I don't
guy.
know why. I totally fell in love with the flat trigger on my 700 because it kind of emulates the flatness of our battle trigger on the ARs. But go ahead, Glenn.
I think that's actually what you just said was the perfect thing. The flat triggers give you kind of more of a feel like running an AR, even though the AR has a curve trigger.
That's my background. Right.
Yeah, and I think if you come from the AR world into the bolt world, you're going to prefer a flat trigger. If you come from a traditional hunting rifle style world into the precision rifle world, you're going to prefer a curved trigger. That's what I see mostly with guys.
I think that's why we like to touch peepees so much because we came from opposite worlds.
Probably opposites attract.
Right.
But it's a different feel. The flat triggers usually sit farther back, so if you have smaller hands, they can be a little bit better.
Or a nub.
Or a nub or something like that, where trigger reach can be an issue for you. The flat triggers do help a little bit with that. It's all about different feel. The worst part about it is you got to spend $150, $200 on a trigger to find out if you like it or not.
Yeah, those Timneys are pricey. I guess that's why I'm glad we're gonna check out some of those Rifle Basics ones too.
Mm-hmm. I really like those triggers.
Yeah, it'd actually be nice when we get one of those in. We'll do back to back because I got the Timney in mind.
I got the Rifle Basics in mind. We can do it now.
Oh yeah, let's do it up before I sell that barrel action. Train. I hear a train.
Yep, that's
Glenn's train.
That's my train. There's just somebody in the other room with one of those wooden whistles.
I loved those. I sucked at making a train sound, but I loved them. All right, let's get into Ask a Glenn Smith tonight. That was the best Freudian slip ever, by the way.
Yeah.
How's that Freudian?
So,
Shut up. It's a Ask a Glenn Smith.
Okay.
Wait, Glenn.
a man who makes Glens.
Wait,
Wait,
Glenn.
he's doing something.
Ask a Glenn Smith. Okay, go, Mr. Seller.
Okay, so I don't know who put why I needs bullets with Z, with holes with Z, in them.
I wrote WTF because I didn't know who wrote that either.
Why I need
That was
bullets
not-
with holes in them?
That was obviously Andy.
Okay, well, why you need bullets with holes in them is expanding bullets, and that's a whole other thing
So
that I wasn't.
expensive. Can I just get the round ones?
Ask the Army, the one that's been shooting the round ones for 50 years and now decided to switch to hollow points.
True.
So
Anyway.
what's the advantage with these holes in them, Glenn?
Okay, so hollow point bullets expand, which give you a couple of benefits. Number one, they dump more energy into the target that you actually hit, increasing the likelihood of actually stopping the person that's coming at you. And number two, it reduces penetration, which can help with not putting rounds into people behind the bad guy. So those are two big advantages. And yes, they are more expensive because they're more difficult to manufacture, and they're generally loaded better. But what we're going to talk about tonight is bore sighting. For those of you that are not from Western New York, hunting season here in New York starts on Saturday.
Woohoo!
So regular hunting season. We've been in bow season for a while, but Saturday is when everybody goes out with their shotgun and empties as many slugs into the woods as they can. So I've been doing a lot of bore sights the last couple weeks.
Boring.
People get their gun out of. There's a lot of gun owners out there that touch their firearms once a year, and it's for a month and a half during shotgun or rifle season, depending on where they're at, and that's the only time they ever touch their guns. Seems like they don't touch them until about a week before, and they realize that they didn't sighted their gun in or anything like that. So they take it to a gunsmith and they want to get it bore sighted. A lot of people don't understand what bore sighting actually is. Mike, we had some customers today that
We did.
thought it was a 5-hour process.
Yeah.
To bore sight 3 rifles.
At $60 an hour, do we charge them for 5 hours?
I should have. I really should have. But the bore sighting is a catch-all term for a bunch of different ways that we line your scope up close-ish to where it's actually going to shoot.
It does. It gets you on paper.
It gets you on paper. If you read the instructions for most different types of bore sighting, what they will say is they'll get you on paper at 100. Yeah. They obviously want to sell products, so they kind of go with the rosier side of it. What I always tell customers is I get you on paper at 50. I've used everything from lasers to collimator style, which is the style that goes down, sticks in the barrel and has a little optical device that sits up, to, I showed Mike today my very expensive fancy
that thing is awesome.
magnetic Leupold that they discontinued, I found out today, which I'm super disappointed about.
So we can't even get another one?
We can't even get another one.
We got to try and find one used.
Yeah. So I've used all kinds of different styles. Some work better than others, but in reality, they all get you on a 12 by 12 piece of paper at 50 yards. They are not good enough to go hunting. I cannot stress this enough. They are not good enough to go hunting. If I bore sight your rifle and your rifle is shooting 6 inches left after my bore sight, and you get up in your tree stand and pull the trigger on your 30-06 that you've never put a round through in the last 9 months, and you're on a crappy, windy tree stand, and you're not properly holding the rifle, and you're not properly pulling the trigger, and you shoot an extra 6 inches right, you just gut shot a deer.
Yeah.
And they blame you, Glenn.
And it's my fault. And I know a week from now I will have customers that will come up and blame me for the missing of the deer, the gut shooting of deer, the loss of meat because of the bad shots, and I will ask them if they zeroed their rifle beforehand. They say, well, you bore sighted it.
Yeah, yeah. So they don't want to blame anybody. They want to blame everybody but themselves on that.
Yes.
They blame the Glenn Smith.
What a bore sight does is it saves you a box of ammo.
Yeah. So you bore sight it so you can get to 0 in like 3 shots.
Yeah. You bore sight. You pay $15, $20 or whatever you end up paying to whoever to bore sight your rifle to save you a box of your premium hunting ammo or 2 or 3 boxes of slugs. So you do make out at the end, and you don't have to shoot a bunch of punishing shotgun 12-gauge slugs because everybody needs his 12-gauge.
Right.
To get your shotgun zeroed. It's not good enough for hunting, and I cannot stress that enough. It gets you on paper. The old school method, before we had laser bore sighters and collimators were thousands of dollars, and Leupold hadn't invented the magic that was the 0 point. You literally took your rifle. This is where the term bore sighting comes from. Is you took your rifle to the range, you took the bolt out, and you looked down the bore at the target.
Mm-hmm.
And then you lined your crosshairs up with the target. So it gets you close. But guys, it's not a substitute for sighting in. And that's kind of my pre-hunting season rant.
That's good. It's perfect timing for that, for sure.
Well, one of the guys I work with at my other job, actually, his side business is he runs a deer processing company, and you should hear the stories he tells about the deer that have 5, 6 bullet holes in them because the guy can't shoot.
Really?
I know guys that are very good ethical hunters that practice with their rifles all year round, and they take deer, and when they get up to the deer has been shot in the neck or in the ear or in the hindquarter, not the same day, but days or weeks before.
Wow.
I know guys that have taken a deer, and it was a beautiful big buck, and they walked up, and the whole back left hindquarter was full of maggots because it got shot by somebody who didn't know how to take a quality shot.
Wow.
So I can't stress, practice with these things, sight them in. It's not a weekend warrior thing. You really gotta put the time in. So that's kind of my hunter rant. On top of what boar sighting is.
That's good. I think it's very appropriate for the time right now. Hey, Eric, VF Gunrunners, you been drinking tonight?
Did
I mean,
you
I
see
hope
the
so.
lyrics he posted on Google Plus? Now I have that song stuck in my head.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so I don't forget to skip over Leah tonight. Why are we supposed to stop scaring cats with cucumbers?
Cat behavioralists, which
So-
someone gets paid to do,
Cat people.
to determine how cats are going to behave, are very upset about the trend to scare your cat with a cucumber. And I mean, they are very offended, and they want.
Did you
people
try it, Andy?
No, we got the cucumber.
So basically, and their argument kind of rings true with any sort of common sense about scaring your pets. You shouldn't do it because it's not very good for them.
Oh, if I could get
Because
paid to do that, I would do it full time.
Okay, so just some backstory. We had Andy over and his family over for dinner last Sunday. He shows up with a cucumber, and he's like, yeah, we were at Wegmans. We had to buy a cucumber because we want to try scaring the cats.
It was my kid's idea, too, which was awesome.
Did it work?
We haven't done it yet. I don't know.
You just have a cucumber sitting around. That's
Andy, you got to get
almost a
all
week.
of them. You got to get all of them at once.
Yeah.
Can you get all of them to eat out of one bowl and then get the cucumber behind them?
I won't.
How
feed
many
him for a
cats
couple
do you
days.
have, Andy?
We have. I don't even want to say it.
Yeah. Cat lady.
My wife has 7 cats.
I would love 7 cats.
Ugh. There's like 2 of them that are okay. The rest are just assholes.
Andy, a medium once told me that every cat I've ever known is still with me, and they hang out around me all the time.
I'm sure that
You're actually a crazy cat lady.
Yeah.
Mike.
She's a crazy dead cat lady.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's even creepier.
Yep.
Mike, last Polypalooza training event, you took the vet class with me, didn't you?
No, I missed it. I was
was
sleeping.
great. I took the vet
Well,
class, and he said dogs are pretty amazing. Bulldogs are strange because they're different than everything else, and then there are cats, and cats are just assholes. And I was like, yes.
I mean, we've all seen that commercial with the guy in the quicksand, and the cat just stares at him, lets him
Yes.
die.
Dick.
What a cat would do.
They just sit there and they're like, meow.
At least a dog would, at a minimum, if it was a dumb dog, try to get in and save you and die with you.
Cats
But
are
most
But-
dogs would at least
But
go
your
down.
cats bring you things.
Like dead birds.
But that means that they love you.
No, they're
I think it's because they don't
Up,
know.
up on you.
They're trying to feed you because they think you don't know how to eat and fight and,
But that-
and hunt.
If they didn't try and feed you, that means that they'd wish you to perish. So they must care about you in some form.
My sister's cat leaves stuff in my parents' bathtub, and it often gets stepped on.
Okay.
So, folks, don't get a cat door is the lesson there.
What's next? What's next, Mike?
Next.
Second martini with Advil.
Oh, all right. All right. So because why are you taking Advil, Andy, to segue into your medical prepping? How was your class today?
Yeah. The last 2 days, I've been doing this very intense tactical, the TCCC class, which is the Tactical Combat
Oh,
Casualty
2 days?
class. Yeah, the last 2 days. Last two
Oh, wow.
full days, like 6:30 in the morning till 12-hour days. I took this. Actually, I'm a little old, so I didn't really take this certain class. But when I was in the military, we had our class. Glenn took the TCCC class then. It's changed a lot because they've broken it down to two. What they've made is they've made a 1-day civilian class and then a 2-day military or medic class, like if you're an EMT or paramedic. This class was great. I can't say enough about it. The instructors were from Special Services, New York City area, Detective Harding. He was leading it. We had a couple local guys who were doing it. It was sponsored by our local paid ambulance agency, the Brighton Ambulance Agency. Brad, he did an awesome job, and his cadre did great. Today was care under fire. So basically, they were shooting over our heads, shooting us with airsoft. Thank God it wasn't simunitions.
God, I hate simunitions.
Oh, simunitions suck. And if you've ever been a medic, if you've ever been an EMT, drove in an ambulance or anything like that, this is nothing like it. You throw not all protocols, but protocols are basically out the window when bullets are flying over your head. There's no managing scenes. It's just keep your fucking head down, get the patient, drag them out, get a tourniquet on, stop major bleed, and that's it. I mean, you're not doing much. We went through the aftercare. We went through a ton of new skills, like rugged IVs, which were basically a fuck up. And then someone's like, wait, this is kind of cool. So you basically put an IV in, and then you put an IV in that IV. So if it comes out, you don't lose your sight. If anybody knows what IVs are, it's kind of cool.
That's nifty.
Yeah, I think it's because someone fucked up, and they're like, hey, this will work.
No, that's super nifty.
It is.
Can you explain what that means? Like you go blind?
Well, when you put an IV in, you put a needle in your arm. I'll keep it simple. Put the needle in your arm, take the needle out, and you have the catheter in there. So what they do is they put a block on that catheter, and they just leave it there. They put this, it's called Tegaderm, but put this tape over it, and it stays clean, it stays dry, and you have the IV in. If you need to throw some medicine in there, or some blood, or some lactated ringers or anything, you just take another IV needle, and you just poke it, put the catheter in that catheter. So it's a catheter and a catheter, and you just give them drugs. And if it gets yanked out, you still have that IV access.
Oh yeah, because transporting, you yank a lot of IVs out.
Yeah, if you're undercover and you really need some medicine and you have that, you can do it. And then take it out and go somewhere else, no problem. And they called it the rugged IV. So I don't know if it's on YouTube, if you want to check it out or something. There are also some great new IV things. It's called like the Fast One, which it's an IO. It's basically this really scary thing. It's a round cylinder with about eight needles are on the outside and then one in the middle, and you just jam it right in someone's chest, and boom, you have an IV.
Huh.
That's messed up.
Oh no, it's awesome.
No, it's awesome because it's a lot. Giving an IV is not easy.
Oh, yeah. Especially under fire, in the dark, bloody. No, I mean,
covered in mud, somebody with small veins.
Would you really start an IV in that situation, though?
If they've lost a lot of blood, you got to get fluid in them to keep the blood pressure up.
You're right, Mike. You wouldn't really if the bullets are flying. No. If you have good cover, it's possible.
Yeah.
So I got a 98. Woohoo! I got a 98 on my test.
Ooh,
I
nice.
You actually had to take a test?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a written test, and then there's each station you have to do skill sheets. It's a really good class if it's in your area, and take it. It was a $250 class for 2 days, which in firearms training money, that's not too bad. In EMS kind of money, it's kind of high. Luckily, my department paid for it, and it was good. But the guy who was running this thing, a detective down from New York City, thought this was boot camp. So he ran it like the first day of an academy or the first day of boot camp, where we spent at least a half an hour before we put on a tourniquet doing jumping jacks, hitting our face, low crawling, and it fucking sucked. Especially for someone who's been in this for 25 years, going back to that. But it was worth it. It really makes you feel accomplishing something.
I need to take that class again. It's been far too long since I took. And when I took it, it was like the first year that TCCC was out.
Yeah. It's good. Any other questions on that?
Did you see Browncoat says he deployed with your unit?
With mine?
BRO patch?
BRO patch?
I don't know.
I think
he says he sees your BRO patch.
Comma, and
is it? Yeah. That's mine.
Oh, big red one.
Big red one.
It's a division.
It is?
It's an Army division.
Oh.
1st Infantry.
Cool.
Cool.
Hey, speaking of Brownco, I need to buy a belt. I want to try out a belt with my holster and everything, so drop me a message. It's one thing I've never really bought like a tactical belt, so I want to try something out. So yeah, there's that. Hang on, looking for my notes. Oh, while we're here, Mike from X8 Tactical would like me to shout out his Facebook page. It is facebook.com/X8 Tactical Limited. All one word, no spaces. He says, please help me get to 400, because I like to line Mike on Google Chat.
Might as well plug the rest of our sponsors now, too.
Well, first, Mike needs to bring some of his knives to the shop, and we'll take some good pictures of them. Actually, I think he's got a good camera. That picture.
Well, we definitely need to take pictures. We've shot one. That was fun. I like shooting things and making them blow up. Very fun things like that. We shoot it with a 50 cal. So, yes. So thank you to Mike for sponsoring this month for the show, and thank you to 1776 United and our good friend Mike from Keybar. We wouldn't be able to do this show without them. Tech Corner tonight. Anybody have any Tech Corner questions? Guys out on Gun Channels or on the Google Plus. Anybody have any tech questions tonight? I don't have a lot of stuff. But which one of you guys just read that the 9bot's illegal in New York? I was literally going to go buy one.
Yeah, I was reading that on Engadget.
I was going to ask for one for Christmas from America.
A what bot?
The 9bot. The you know the Segway where you just stand on? It's like a little hoverboard, but it's got wheels like a Segway.
Oh, there's tons of kids that have them all over the place.
Well, apparently the NYPD's 26th precinct tweeted out saying Title 19, Chapter 1, Subchannel 3, Section 19-176.2 of New York's Code actively prohibits such devices to be used in the streets of New York.
New York City, though, so that's a city.
Would that be the happiness band title?
They're considering it a motorized scooter.
Oh, so you gotta have a driver's license and a helmet.
It's gotta be registered with the DMV.
Oh wow.
I don't know if that's just in the street or if it's on the sidewalk. I'm sure they'll have the same kind of issues with it. But I see these guys in the mall. I don't know if you've seen them. They go in the mall in the food court and they just roll up to the Taco Bell. They get their Taco Bell and they roll back to their stores. So.
Really?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. It's how they move about now.
It's like what's that movie? Wall-E.
Oh my god.
They got the 2-wheel ones, or I want to try the 9bot unicycle one.
This is it's the 2-wheel. the $500 version.
The unicycle one came down to like $649 on Newegg. My friend Tanner, who owns Carbon Fiber Co., he said that he's got the two-wheel one. He said the unicycle ones were super hard to ride.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
unicycle.
I ride a unicycle.
Well,
so
Andy rides a regular unicycle, so I bet Andy could ride a 9-bot unicycle.
Probably.
Does it by itself.
I found our next challenge, Mike.
What?
The juggling. You have to juggle and then throw it up and draw and shoot.
Do I have to do I have to catch the balls
And next
afterwards?
person
Or just
on
throw them all up in the
cycle.
air.
No, just juggle, throw one up. It's like, you juggle, eat an apple, and
Are we
juggle.
shooting the thing that we're juggling?
Yeah, you throw it up and you have to hit it.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's not gonna work.
Then we got a Taurus judge we can use.
Well, I'll do apples or something at the farm.
I got a tech corner question for you, Mike.
What?
How's Battlefront?
Oh, Star Wars. Oh
Yeah.
my God. It's good. Here, people are gonna hate me for saying this. It's good. I love Star Wars. I liked the tutorials. I just started other missions, but like, can somebody tell me, are they all just? Each mission you do is basically just a AI infused multiplayer. What is there is no single player. What is the point of single player?
That's what those Battlefront games have always been.
Oh, I literally have never played any other Battlefront.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that why it's so new to me?
I mean, I played like the old school one.
Right.
It's multiplayer with the single players for like when your internet's broken.
Oh, okay. So there's no story to it.
No, not at all.
Okay, all right. So I don't mind playing. I'll play online. It's fun. There's a bunch of Instagram guys that I've been playing with. The game is good. The graphics are great. Music is obviously good. I like Destiny as a story though. I'm still playing through Destiny, and what's his face? Captain Fools can go suck a dick. Okay.
Just so angry because you're old now.
Yeah, so I'm old, and my score is like 2-14, and fucking Captain Fools is shooting me in the face, and he can go back and suck on his stupid mama's fucking teeth.
He's probably
so
angry.
angry.
He's probably like 14.
Force you off a mountain.
He is. I hope he gets an F in English.
I don't know how many times Mike put his little speeder into a tree instead of the
goddamn speeder.
It's because you're old. The older you get, the harder it is to drive.
God damn it.
And then our youngest just keeps going, Dad, you're gonna die, and he does, and he gets even angrier.
Then I lock him in a hole. No, I'm just kidding. That's like against laws and shit. Andy, your news topic sucks.
Yeah,
There's
what's
no
even
link.
super depressing?
Yeah, it's very depressing.
What is it?
It's
Global
thermonuclear
thermonuclear
war.
So who's gonna nuke us, Andy?
Well,
ISIS.
I can't tell you the future. I'm sorry. I can tell you the past, though. In 1962, we came like this close to just annihilating everything. So this guy broke his 50-year silence and said he was in charge. He was the commanding officer in this in a nuclear silo, and we were at DEFCON 2. It was the height of the Cold War, and they got this message at the end of this weather report, and the message were the numbers were the launch code, and so they were supposed to launch when they got this code. And the guy's like, well, we've never gotten anything after the weather report. I think it's kind of fucked up. So he's like, just hold off, everybody. And basically one guy's like, no, we gotta do it now. And another place over they're also like, we gotta do it. So this guy went out on a limb and said, no, we have to verify. And back then you don't verify anything. You got that order, you just launch. So we almost were at the brink. Like we're in a DEFCON 1. You can only launch at DEFCON 1, supposedly then. You had to get the right codes at the right time. You had to get verification. They had one part of this whole thing. and some guys were just ready to hit all the buttons, and this guy went and
So like a computer glitch sent the launch codes next to it's 65 and sunny.
yeah. Yeah.
It's 65 and sunny and 127457.
And also in it were like not targets in Russia, which back then that's all we were bombing was
Right.
Russia. They had they were shooting at us, and they had non-Russian targets. They had there were a bunch of red flags that popped up, but it was very, very close. This dude says.
Like, that's a major glitch.
Isn't it scary though? That's fucking scary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
mad.
super scary.
Isn't that like that movie? What's the movie? Oh, okay.
War games?
Mm-mm.
Which
No.
You know what's even scarier? If the U.S.
Was it
computer
Red
system-
October? No, not Red October.
Oh, you're thinking of with the Wolverines.
Yeah.
Airwolf?
Red Dawn?
Red Dawn.
Not Red Dawn.
Not Red
No.
Dawn.
That was
No, that was
Great.
That was the Chinese meeting.
The
North
first
Korea.
Red Dawn was the
North
Cubans
Korea.
and the Russians.
It wasn't Chinese.
The
No.
first one was the Cubans and the Russians. The remake was the
Russians.
North Koreans.
Oh yeah, the remake was good. Honestly, for a remake,
Oh, my
I liked it.
The remake
liked
was good. I like the first one.
Oh, the first one's classic. With what was that? Swayze, right?
Young Swayze
Yeah, young
Okay.
Swayze.
and Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen was in it?
Yeah.
No way. Did he didn't?
Emilio
Estevez?
Estevez.
Yeah, Emilio.
was in it.
No, Emilio Estevez.
His brother, sort of brother.
Right. That's funny.
So I can't tell you the future, but I know in the past we almost died, and I'm sure we'll
So,
almost
like-
die again and again.
Well, here's the mind-blowing part. The U.S. system, which we ostensibly is the most advanced and most maintained, screwed up and sent the launch codes at the end of a weather report. The Indians have nukes,
Well, yeah, now.
and Pakistan has nukes. Like, do you think
Yeah,
their system
Pakistan.
is nearly as good as ours? Yeah, I'm sure there's.
That
a
is
lot-
depressing.
We always call them for tech support, so yeah, I'm sure it's good.
That's true. That's true.
Hello, we're on DEFCON 2. What is your purpose? Would you like launch codes?
Would you like a squishy with your lunch codes? That's right, that's true.
You cannot launch unless you're on DEFCON 1. I'm sorry.
Hello, you've called Microsoft Tech Support. All right, where are we? We are here.
You know
We're
what
here.
really grinds my gears?
Everybody's favorite segment. So, Erica, well, tell us.
You know what really grinds my gears?
When I'm a big person about personal space. Stay out of my bubble, all right? So I really, really hate it when I'm standing in line, like at Wegmans, okay, trying to check out with my groceries, got my cereals and my oatmeals and all that kind of stuff. And somebody has to stand literally on top of me. Like, so then I move forward because I'm like, oh, maybe I'm being inconsiderate. So I move like a step forward to make the gap bigger.
Oh,
And they creep up on my six again. And they're right there. And they're breathing. And it's like, like, what are you doing? Are you trying out for Darth Vader? Like, I don't need your cold or your gooey-ness. Get out of my bubble. What is with people and not understanding personal space? Okay? I don't know what I'm tempted to do. I wish, like, in those moments, like, I was ready to have, like, a fart and ready to, like, let it rip and be like, yeah, now you want to be in my bubble? Yeah. Smell those BCAAs burning. Ugh.
I'm a good fan
No,
of
that
hard
GMO
eye
salmon.
contact, dirty look.
It's hard to turn around and then they're, like, in your face. You're, like,
Oh, yeah.
nose to nose.
That's when you give them the dirtiest look you can muster. Most people don't get it, but it'll make you feel better.
I will have to try that. At first, literally, I was just like, oh, maybe I'm being rude, and I'll just I'll move up a little bit, you know? Maybe they're just trying to unload their cart. No, they're like trying to smell my hair?
Not gonna lie.
Oh, we got a
think
creepy
we
guy in
have-
our town who does that. He's a hair sniffer.
The whole town
No
of
way.
Brighton?
We got one in the town of Brighton.
There's only one hair sniffer in the town of Brighton.
We have one confirmed hair sniffer in Brighton.
Ew.
Oh, how do you know he's confirmed?
Oh, we've all witnessed it.
He tried
Really?
to sniff Andy's hair, obviously.
Tried to sniff that mustache. No,
Ah.
Eric, I completely agree. I see it. It's funny you say it because I see it at the gun counter. I'll be helping a customer, and there's some old crotchety guy that needs like 16 gauge slugs or something, and he'll start like 5 feet away, and then he'll like creep up, and before I know it, he's like shoulder to shoulder with the customer that I'm helping, staring at me and like tapping his fingers on the glass, like he doesn't
It's
see that I'm
so
helping the customer.
uncomfortable. Yeah. Yeah,
Then he
and
goes- He's invaded
Is
like
there no-
all of our space.
you don't know what to do. And normally it is men. I have noticed that. It hasn't happened with a woman yet. Normally older. I have had some guys my age that seem a little socially awkward.
Dirty.
Well, not to name names or anything, but no.
Sorry, Dan, I didn't mean that.
Uh,
I did.
but yeah, no, it's creepy. I don't get it. Like, I don't get people who don't understand personal space. So that really grinds my gears. Get out of my bubble.
That's right.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Okay. All right. Well, that brings us to today's YouTube video. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, where is it? Where is it? I had it. It wasn't that long ago.
Can we guess what it is?
Yes.
Does it have something to do with a cucumber?
Or goats.
No.
Is it funny?
Yeah.
Is it that one of the dog in the trash can?
No.
Is that
There's a
no
dog in a
where?
trash can.
Oh, there's probably a lot of
I hope it's
videos
a
of dogs
chihuahua.
in trash cans.
What about the cat in the bread box?
No, I saw it earlier, and then somebody tagged me in it, and
Was it the hamster dance video?
Enough with the hamster dance.
I know that's your favorite. Nope, I went back too far on Facebook. Hang on. I got it.
You've gone too far.
We've come too far.
Too far. Nope. Is this it?
I like Willie the Wine Lover.
Oh, I got it. Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, hang on.
Stop teasing us, Mike.
Okay, can you see this?
Yeah, click it on you.
I can't. Just watch it.
What the hell?
So the video is a guy, and it says at the top how to properly unbox your new High Point. And the dude opens up the gun case, takes the High Point, looks at it, and throws it in the trash. It's so funny. I will share it on the Crash and Burn page because it's hilarious.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right, so I got a question from Zach. He's got two actual questions. One, do any of you carry on your person while you're just chilling at home? The question is yes. Once in a while, I will carry while I'm still home. But a lot of times I come home while carrying, and I put it up in my my safe. He's still in the holster, ready to go. And that's it. So how about you guys?
Well, we run those drills, so we've run drills, Mike, in case because we've talked
we've
about
run drills on how to get it from the safe and all that. So I do feel comfortable putting it away when I do get home.
especially when you want to rough house with the kids. You know, if they're like
Absolutely. I
jumping
don't really
all over you.
Yeah, I don't want to have it on me if I'm wrestling with them.
Yeah,
Oh, bye,
I guess
Glenn.
it's up to me because we just lost Glenn.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have I have a safe upstairs, I have a safe downstairs, and I have a safe in the middle room. So I have 3 kids, and we nerf all the time. So usually when I get home, I'll have it on for a while, but then I'll put it in one of my safes, staging area, whatever it is. So usually I'll say no. I don't carry when I'm just lounging around, like on the couch.
Yeah. So, and Erica, you usually take yours off too when you're
Mine
home.
comes off, yeah, when I get home. I don't, not that it would accidentally go off or anything like that. But Alex, if he likes to give me hugs, and he's about waist high. So if he were to like run up to me, he's done this for other things. Like if he was going somewhere, or if we were at a store, and he would come and give me a hug, he's actually bounced his head off of it a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know how
And
many
then,
times Bear has punched me in the stomach and hit my gun, and he's like, "Ow!"
yeah,
Yeah,
and Alex is still learning, so he'll be like, "What's that, Mom?" And he'll try and lift up my shirt to see what he smashed his head on. So we've had to talk with him about that stuff. But so as soon as I come home, it goes off. But it gets put in the safe and everything like that. But Mike and I have specifically run drills that, where one of us might be hanging out, because we have a safe on every level of the house, where we're hanging out on said level, whether it's the main level, upstairs level, or whatever, and one of us will yell and flip the lights off and yell gun at any given moment, and we have to try and get to the safe in the dark and get it on and be ready, so we haven't run it in a while. It's probably something that we should do again, though.
yeah,
Yeah, it is good to practice, I think, and it's funny. Eric from VF Gunrunners made a comment about not telling people when you do and don't have your firearm on. And yes, I absolutely believe that 100% when you're out of your house, but it's understood, that not everybody may carry while they're still in the house. In fact, I think the majority of people do take it off when they get home from a level of comfort.
but you shouldn't. You should keep it on.
No, I guess it really depends on your situation. Where do you live? What kind of people come to your door? I absolutely, if my doorbell rings at a time when I don't expect the doorbell to ring, I put my gun back on.
Absolutely.
Before I even go to the door. So that's also important. Number two, I once in a while I bring the machine guns home. So there's that.
I mean,
Brown Coat says that Kayla, I'm assuming wife, girlfriend, carries outside the waistband at home, which is a great option too. If you do feel like you should, those battle belts from High Speed are a great option to just throw on when you get home if you want to carry one.
I think if it would be different if we didn't have kids, Mike. In all honesty, like if
you're probably absolutely right.
and maybe that's something that I should do when I'm not home with the kids. If I'm just home by myself, maybe I should be carrying.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be a bad idea. And Zach says, give him props for sharing that video for us. So yes, thank you, Zach, for finding that video and tagging me in it, because that was dope. Oh, wait, second part of the question. Yes, Zach, Erica and I are in the same house. She's sitting right under me, actually.
hey, come on.
Not like that, Andy. Wouldn't it be the other way around?
Well, that's why I'm saying. Don't
Right.
stay under you.
Right. Well, I'll try anything once. So, she's in the basement in her little office, the new Stick No Evil office, and so if you're out there and you need stickers, because I know you do.
Not just stickers. Absolutely not just
stickers, banners, everything.
Stickers ever.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Somebody actually called them magic the other day. That was pretty cool.
God, they are. I mean,
Brown Coat says not on a battle belt, and they have 4 kids. So Brown Coat, send us some information on what you're doing so we can talk about it next week.
Send us pictures of your wife, please. Is that creepy?
No, no, not at all. Uh, Speaking of creepy, Erica and Rachel had a nice little dance session last time they sent me pictures of.
You didn't save it though, did you?
No, I didn't screenshot off Snapchat.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, it was funny
It was
though.
inappropriate, to say the least.
It was hilarious.
Just for you.
All right, so moving on. I guess that's it, right? Well, we're running late tonight.
Mm.
That's all. A good show though. We had a lot of good props so far, so thank you guys for everybody listening. What's everybody got? What events we got coming up? Next week's Thanksgiving. Next week's show is going to be Tuesday, so we will send out invites and everything, but it's going to be Tuesday because Thursday is Thanksgiving. So we will be same time, 9:15 Eastern on Tuesday. We have Louis Crudo from Crudo Knives. Should be a good time. And what's up there, half face Leah? All I see is half your face. Oh, all face Leah. Oh, no face Leah. Half face.
Yep.
Oh, Glenn.
Oh, Glenn.
Oh, Glenn. Oh, we're back. So yeah, what's going on this weekend, Andy? What are we doing? I want to go shooting this weekend.
Well, this is opening day, so I'm taking my daughter out hunting this coming.
You
Saturday.
are? Are you really? Skylar's
Yeah.
going hunting?
Skylar's going to shoot a deer in the face.
That's awesome.
Is it too girly to ask for pictures?
No, what?
You're gonna make her drink the blood, right?
She's going to eat the heart.
Is she?
She will if I ask her. Yeah.
He's gonna be
That's
so cute.
You cut the valves out, you chop it up, and you throw it in a pan with some onions. It's delicious.
It is. It is good.
Sounds like a true
Is she gonna use the butt plug thing?
What?
Put out.
Oh, the butt out. Yeah, those things are awesome.
Just
Dirty
use
Dan,
string.
Dirty Dan doesn't use the butt thing.
Use the deer butt plug.
Yeah, he doesn't.
The last 2 years I've used butt outs.
We have a bin of them next to the register at work, and people just standing there waiting to cash out, pick them up, and like idly read the back. You constantly see people throwing it back in the bin in disgust.
Disgust. I can't believe this goes in a butt.
Those damn fishermen people.
There are pictures, and I think that's
Yeah, it's
that's
a
where the
little deer
disgust
like
is coming
splayed
from.
out and just like.
With a dude with a butt in his fisting the deer.
Of course.
So that's what, you going out Saturday, Andy? Can we go shooting Sunday?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sunday morning we'll do some shooting. Glenn, you want to come? We'll do some video.
Sunday morning I have to work. Not for much longer.
Yeah. Are we doing family dinner Sunday night? Is everybody in?
Yes.
We've got Carlina's birthday.
Yeah, but not. That's midday.
Is it midday? Or
I've
is
no
it like
idea.
evening?
Is it really evening? No way.
I thought it was like 3 to 5.
Yeah, so we do family dinner at like 6:30.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so this weekend. Hope everybody
Let's
else.
play more Cards Against Humanity. That was fun.
Yeah, we need to order. Anybody? You got the expansion pack, you guys?
The bigger black hair expand box.
No. Can we get it locally, or you can't buy it locally?
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can get it at like Barnes and Noble.
All right, we'll take a look, see if we can get it locally.
Big black box.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, let's wrap this up. Next week, Tuesday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hit us up. If you can't watch the show, watch the replay. We will catch you guys after Thanksgiving if you can't make it. Get a hold of us. Follow Crash and Burn TV at Crash and Burn TV on Twitter. Look for us on the Facebook. We've been sharing it, and make sure you join the Facebook group because we have a lot of fun in there. We got giveaways, and there's probably nudes and all kinds of cool stuff that I haven't even seen yet. So jump in there. Thank you to our awesome sponsors, Keybar, Keybar.us, 1776 United, and my guy Mike from X8 Tactical. Like his Facebook page. I'm sure we'll have Mike on some point on the show, right? Or we'll see him at a shot. He's going to be hanging out a lot, so he's always around the shop. Like I said, Tuesday, Louis Crudo from Crudo Knives, and I think that's it. Not too many upcoming events. Andy's Chicken is joining the show. Yeah, so thank you, everyone. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mike Santola, and the rest
And
of the
Snapchat.
and Snapchat now, Mike Santola on Snapchat. I snatch chat people. At Andy Dickinson on Twitter and Instagram, and Erica's the only one that's got Oh no, Glenn and Leah have two different names too. But Erica is at Eri Santola on Twitter and at Erica Santola on Instagram. And Glenn is now at the Hipster Gunsmith. So check out Glenn on there and at Leah Naprap.
Go donate to my Mo page.
Yeah, donate to our
Oh, we need a Mo update. So I look like a
dirty Frenchman.
Frenchman who can't grow a mustache. Andy looks like a fireman, so it's perfect. And Glenn looks like Magnum PI.
I don't totally hate it, actually. Kind of.
Yes, you do. It's awful.
I think it really is my face good.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Someone told him it really brings out the color in his eyes.
It does.
Everybody at work thinks it's good.
Sorry. So yeah, we'll catch you. We will catch you all next week, and make sure you go like and share that goat picture, because we're gonna pick somebody to win some Da Vinci Arms shirt and swag and a bottle of snake oil. And I'm sure Andy's gonna throw in a T-shirt or something cool in that too. So check that out. We will catch you guys all next week. Thank you for being on the show. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm definitely the black guy.